Junior choir and chime choir, thank you for your beautiful musical offerings this morning. All right, come on up. There's some room down there as well. Okay, we're going to make room for everyone. There you go, Emmett, best seat. And there's some room over here, too. Somebody wants to sit down here. Okay, all right. So, today, I brought my paper bag puzzler. There you go, Abby. Perfect. All right. Hank, would you please reach in there and stand next to me, and you can take out what is in there. Yep, go ahead, pull it out. There's one thing in there, okay? This is actually something called nard, okay? It's like a sweet-smelling perfume. And so we're going to talk about how this fits with our gospel reading today. Hank, I'm going to ask you to just hold on to this, and we'll put the bag down here, okay? And you may have a seat for right now. I'll ask for your help a little bit later. All right, so today our gospel reading is from the book of John, all right? And I want to give you a little background. We're going to hear about Mary and Martha and their brother Lazarus. Now, they are sharing a meal with Jesus and his disciples. And just a few days before this meal happened, Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. So this meal was happening to thank Jesus, but it's also happening because at this time, there are people who are not happy with Jesus, and they're starting to look for Jesus. So Mary and Martha and Lazarus, by offering their home for a meal, also gave Jesus a safe place to stay. So Mary and Martha and Lazarus have prepared this wonderful meal. And in the middle of the meal, while they're eating, Mary gets up and she goes over to Jesus and she takes out expensive perfume, okay, like the nard we just showed you. And she takes that perfume. Well, some of you were in Sunday school. Who can raise their hand and tell me what Mary does with that perfume? Emmett, what does she do? Fantastic. She puts the perfume on Jesus' feet, right? And she doesn't just put a little, okay? That container of nard that we just showed you was probably maybe 2 ounces. It said Mary used a pound of lard. That's 16 ounces. That's a lot more. And that's a lot of nard on your feet, right? Okay? So Mary, well, you tell me, what does she use to wipe the nard off of his feet? Okay, Luke. Her hair. Very good. She uses her hair. So here's this beautiful act of gratitude, an act of love. But not everyone feels that way, right? Somebody complains. Does anyone remember who complains? Go ahead, Sumner. You forget? Lorelei. Judas. Good job. Judas looks at Mary, gives her a hard time, and says, you could have used that to help the poor. You see, this was expensive perfume. And it probably cost about a year's wages, okay? Which is a lot of money. So Judas is giving her a hard time. But Jesus knows why Mary is doing this. And he scolds Judas and says, Judas, you will always have the poor, but you will not always have me. So he's reminding Judas that we should always be taking care of the poor, right? Whether Jesus is there, or whether he's not there, that's something that we should be doing. But Mary knew that Jesus wouldn't be with them for much longer. So she chose this day to show how much she loved Jesus. Now, the thing with this perfume is it's an oil. And if you've ever put an oil on your skin, you know that it seeps into your skin. And this was a lot of oil, right? So I wonder if some of it didn't get on whatever Jesus was sitting on, okay? And it also says that the aroma, the fragrance of the perfume filled the whole room. You know, smells are powerful reminders for us. They tag along with references. Like when I was growing up, about your age, I would sleep overnight at my grandparents' house. And they had a pull-out sofa sleeper in the living room, and the kitchen was right next door. And every morning when I would wake up, I would smell homemade bread. My grandpa would sneak by, and then he'd go in the kitchen. And every time I smell that bread, I think of him. So I wonder if every time Mary and Martha and Lazarus smelled this beautiful fragrance, that they just closed their eyes and remembered the meal and the times that they had spent with Jesus. Well, do you wonder what Jesus smelled like that night? Let's find out. So I'm going to open this up. And why don't you close your eyes and take a smell and just think about what it would have been like to be with Jesus that night. Well, that? There you go. Some of you really are closing your eyes. Great job. Trust me. Sod, here you go. You smell it? I'll hold it. There you go, Miss Milagros. If anyone wants to smell it afterwards, I don't know if this smelled exactly like what Mary used that night, but I think it's pretty close. And when we smell it, we can think of the amazing gratitude and love that Mary showed to Jesus that night. Will you please be my echo and pray with me? God, thank you for Jesus. God, thank you for Jesus. Help us to sense him close to us. Help us show Jesus how much we love him in every moment of our lives. And together we say, Amen. And now I invite you